CSID.com reported on the real cost of identity theft. They said, according to the U.S. Department of Justice, 17.6 million people in the U.S. experience some form of identity theft each year. The study also found that victims had a combined average loss of $1,343 and total losses of $15.4 billion. Beyond money loss, identity theft can affect your credit score, prevent you from getting a loan, and cause emotional toll, and the time that you take to repair it. I worked as a security and fraud specialist for 15 years, and I'm going to discuss how identity theft can happen, the ways it can affect your life, and what you can do to protect yourself. Let's start by taking a look at the problem. The Federal Trade Commission and the FBI websites discuss the several ways your identity can be compromised, ranging from a lost wallet to sophisticated cyber threats. New accounts can be opened in your name, credit cards. They can start passing bad checks, put bogus charges on your credit card accounts. Social security numbers can be used, tax return fraud, debt collectors can be calling you for debts that you don't owe, arrests and prosecutions, utility companies, cell phone accounts, student loans, government benefits, rental agreements. They can file bankruptcy in your name. They can also steal a child's identity, and that is something that you don't realize because they don't get a credit report until they're 18. And medical identity theft, just to get medical benefits that they don't have. Now let's look at some ways we can minimize the risk. We can go through a recovery plan. First, call any of the companies that you know where the fraud occurred. Explain that someone stole your identity. Ask them to close or freeze your accounts, and no new charges are to be allowed unless you agree. Change any logins, passwords, and PINs to your accounts. Now that we've addressed that problem, let's look at a solution. The second step would be to contact the credit bureaus. And all you have to do is contact one, and they are supposed to let the other two know. So place a fraud alert on your bureaus. An alert lasts for 1 year, and it makes it harder for someone to open new accounts in your name. You will get a letter from each credit bureau to confirm that they have placed the fraud hold on your account. You can get your annual credit reports for free by going to annualcreditreport.com, or you can call them. Review your reports and make note of any accounts that are not yours or any transactions that are not yours. This will help you to report the theft to the Federal Trade Commission and the police. Report the identity theft to the FTC. You can go to identitytheft.gov or call them directly. Include as many details as you can. They will create a custom report for you and a recovery plan. If this guarantees you certain rights when you file through them. If you don't create an account with them, you must print and save your identity theft report and your plan right away. Because once you leave the page, it will not allow you to access it again. So once you have this identity theft report, you can take a deep breath and start repairing the damage. You will also need to file a police report. This will help you if anyone has been arrested in your name and been prosecuted in your name. A lot of times this will happen when they've passed bad checks. Now that you have the credit bureaus with proof of all the bad accounts, you'll need to contact those companies too. At first, you may have just known about a couple of them. And then the credit report can repair your, credit bureaus can repair your credit report. So if you go through TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, they have affidavits that you can fill out through them. You can consider putting a fraud alert or a credit freeze on your account, and they differ a little bit. The fraud alert, you still have some use to your credit. They just have to take extra steps to identify it's you. They may call you anytime anyone applies for credit. It lasts for 7 years and it's free to place and remove. A credit freeze stops all access to your credit report. It's free to place and remove and available to anyone. It lasts until you want it removed. There's also some other things that could happen if you have a misused Social Security number. You may get a call saying that someone you've been working somewhere that you haven't been working and they've been paying benefits to you. You could have debt collectors calling. You could have other accounts opened. You need to go file a police report. You will use this police report and send it to each of these companies to prove that you didn't do these things. You'll need your proof of address, a government issued ID, and any other documentation you have about the account. You need to replace any government IDs that you think have been stolen. Passports, driver's license, Social Security card. Contact any utilities that may be on with your name. Of course, the IRS if you think you have tax fraud. And child identity theft is really a hard one. You'll have to ask for a credit report for the child under their Social Security number, and then try to clean that up and just say that they are a minor, that they are not able to be in any contract. Medical identity theft, any doctor, clinic, hospital that may have benefits under your name, you'll need to contact them. Many people think it's just too much time to do this or that it'll never happen to them. But before ID theft happens to you, it's extremely important that you try to prevent it. You can go to www.consumersadvocate.org. They are a great site and they list the 10 top companies that you can go through for ID theft protection. And it's usually $8 to $15 a month, and they monitor your Social Security number. Anytime anyone takes a hit on your information. Taking control of your personal information is within your grasp. I've covered some of the basic steps to help you prevent some of the damage. Now I challenge you to take steps today to protect your identity.